Welcome back to another GT Series Season 3 recap video. A wild week at Edel Circuit as drivers engaged in some intense battles that kept viewers and announcers on the edge of their seats. New drivers shuffled up the leaderboard, while veterans are fighting hard to keep their name in the top 12 for the championship runoff. In this video, we will review the qualifying results, Splits 2 and 1's highlighted moments during the race, review the leaderboard, and discuss key players as we near the end of the season. Then, we'll look at the results from Fiji for round 6. Drivers found themselves returning to an old favorite from the early days of Forza Horizon 5. Edel Circuit provides excellent elevation changes, unique high-speed sweepers, and some challenging corner zones that exercise their ability to place their car where needed for maximum efficiency. And Snowland set the expectation high. Having won 2 of the 4 races so far, he sat on the pole with a blisteringly fast 1:19.253 qualifying time. Ruins trailed by almost half a second at 1:19.687, and Tamir, still recovering from Ian Linden's DC incident, rounded out the top 3 with a 1:19.703. New drivers Parzi, Memphis, and Shid Pants also made it into the top split for qualifying. Over in Split 2, Dinaxu saw the pole position with a qualifying time of 1:22.215, followed by Kisty Crazy in second and Andrew in third to round out the top 3. Split 2 wasted no time providing plenty of content into the first racing lap. Lumitrix shot out from 4th to quickly challenge Dinaxu for first, but overshot his braking zone into the first heavy braking corner, sending him all the way to the back of the pack. But it wasn't long before he caught back up to the pack and was regaining key positions. Up near the front, some intense pressure from Andrew forces Dinaxu to miss a checkpoint and drop back to P3, and ultimately to P4. Andrew then proceeds to lead the remaining laps, holding off the charging Corvette of Illumitrix. But it was Illumitrix who brought the split's fastest lap at a 1:21.315. a whole second and a half faster than Andrew's fastest lap. The action didn't stop there. Split 1 saw both the pole sitter, Snowland, and his teammate Tamir miss checkpoints right out of lap 2, the technical first lap.
Rolling up into P3 because Tamir has a miss! Oh no! Snowland has had a miss!
Sending them straight to the back of the pack, where they found themselves battling the rest of the pack to gain their spots back. Lap 4 saw Tamir and Masterly battle for P7 as he began clawing his way back up. Lap 5 saw a missed checkpoint from race leader Ruins, putting Season 1 champion Alan Endope in the lead, and teammate Cracks right behind him in P2, setting up a dramatic fight in leaderboard changeups. But by lap 6, Ruins had regained ground both on Cracks and Allen and reclaimed P1 for the time being. 6 laps later, Tamir and teammate Snowland overtake Cracks, taking positions 3 and 4 respectively. But Cracks doesn't let up. He sticks his nose in a few times, forcing Snowland to stay vigilant to defend. Heading to the midfield, we see at lap 16 a battle between Drunken Gamer and Memphis in a fight for P6. Memphis is able to hold off Drunken for the time being. Ruins is able to remain firm in his lead. Nolan eventually overtakes his teammate Tamir for second, leaving Tamir with a P3. Allen and Shid Pants round out the top 5. Brax managed to hold off Memphis on the last lap to gain P6, Memphis P7, Drunken in 8th, Parzi in 9th, 10th with Dan the Man, and 11th Masterly. Though Snowland did not take first place in that race, he still managed to gain a significant lead in the leaderboard at 194 points over Tamir's 160. Brax managed to maintain third place with 143, Alan with 119, and Ruins moved back up from P6 into P5 with 117. Now, the leaderboard was beginning to take shape as to what we might find for the championship runoff. All the drivers began practicing for Fujimi, a one-of-a-kind track that was fully fictional with checkpoints placed underground for a more realistic above-ground look. Qualifying saw Shid Pants take pole position at 1 minute 19.828 seconds. Tamir right behind him with a 119.860, and Alan Endope rounding out the top with a 121.003. In typical fashion at the race start, we see Krax jump out, trying to gain several positions as he had to start from the back. However, it didn't take long before the pack began to thin out and the top racers were present. Battles started immediately, especially right at the front, with Alan Endope, Shid Pants, and Tamir. Entering into the first major turn, Tamir makes contact with Shid Pants, knocking him wide, but allowing a door for Alan Endope to take in first place. Alan Endope then goes on to hold first place for several laps before finally succumbing to Tamir's pressure. But it wasn't without a fight. Alan made sure to definitely give Tamir a run for their money while trying to defend first place as he is a top contender in the championship runoff. Pushing his Cadillac hard through the chicanes, maximizing its every potential. Unfortunately, Tamir's throttle control and finesse on the keyboard was able to overpower Alan Endope and take first place. There's no rest for Alan, as in the very next lap, Alan has to defend against both Shid Pants and Judd, a rookie driver to the GT series. Alan must both try to reclaim second place while defending against Judd. Not an easy task for a track that has slippery edges. Meanwhile, at the back of the pack, Stray and Denaxu battle it out in the Ford GTs. With Stray using first-person view, we were able to watch a unique aspect of the racing as Denaxu submits to the pressure and overshoots his braking zone. Stray is able to make a move, and Kisty Crazy enters the challenge Denaxu for 9th place. Lap 8, Stray pressures Krax enough that Krax clips a wall, falling behind Stray, allowing him yet another position gained. Meanwhile, at the front, Alan is chasing Shid Pants for second place, showing great control over his Cadillac. Back in the rear, Kisty puts the pressure back on Denaxu, but Denaxu is able to maintain his line and defend, holding P9 for the time. However, this battle continues to last for several laps, with Kisty on the tail of Denaxu, showing that the Merc definitely favors technical sections, where the Ford accelerates with corner exits and high-speed straights. At the front, drama begins to unfold as Judd challenges Alan for P3, maintaining a close presence and keeping Alan on his toes as they maneuvered the very tight chicanes and through the switchbacks of the track. But disaster strikes when Judd cuts a corner too soon, missing a checkpoint and falling back behind Dark Moon. Eventually, Judd is able to make a pass back on Darkmoon after Darkmoon misses a checkpoint. The remainder of the race remains fairly silent, where Tamir secures his first GT Series Season 3 win, followed by Shid Pants in second and Alan rounding out the top 3. Leaderboard shifts put Tamir in first, leading by only 8 points, but drop rounds will still need to be applied. Snowland falls to second. Krax remained in third, even with his DC, and Alan closes the gap, now only 12 points away. Masterly and Dan the Man jump over Ruins for 5th and 6th, while Kisti, Denaxu, and Stray all remain 10 points away from each other. And in our teams, Team AM takes a commanding 4-14 lead over Fast Finishers. And now we head to conquer the Dragon. Drivers prepped and qualified for round 7 at Jade Dragon Grand Prix this week, mastering the tricky turn 1 and finding their rhythm through the fast sweepers, all to get to the high-speed straight to duke it out. All the stakes are high. No mercy is to be spared as these guys lay it out all on the track. Tune in, because we are moments away from green flag racing. You won't want to miss this.